This brief tutorial will explain how your computer's screen resolution and chosen font size will affect what you see within AgSpy. In general, newer computers have higher resolution screens than do older computers. Although you can decrease the screen resolution for your computer, you can't increase it to be more than your computer's maximum. It is best to leave your screen resolution set at its factory setting. The other setting that controls how much data you can see on each page of AgSpy is the font size. Most users set their font size to be 100%. When the font size is set to 100% for any website, you will see less of the available data and thus need to use the scroll bar more than if your font setting was set to a lower value, like say 70%. This is an example of what I see when my font size is set to be 70%. Notice the number of sites listed in the left-hand column. There are 6 of them. This is the same page, but shown with a font size set at 100%, so I only see 4. Of course, there is a scroll bar that will let you see the additional sites. Here I have chosen to view one of the sites in more detail. On the left side, you see the seasons that have existed for this particular site, as well as the crop image that gives you various pieces of information, and to the right side you see the graph. This is at the 70% setting. Also notice other tab options presented in the lower right corner. Each tab is a link to additional information pertaining to this site. Now we're viewing the same page again, but with the font size set to 100%. The first thing you will notice is that the seasons are not shown above the crop image. To see them, you need to click on the down arrow, which will slide the crop image down and show a scroll list of seasons. Also, you'll notice that the entire graph doesn't show. To see the entire graph, you would scroll your graph to the right. Finally, the tab options that showed when my font size was set to 70% can be accessed here by requesting to see those options. And they come up. You can then choose one or make them hide again by pressing that same options icon again. To summarize, the way that the AgSpy page will show on your computer is dependent on your screen's resolution as well as the font size percentage setting. The intent here is not to suggest that you should change the font size percentage, but only to suggest that doing so might affect the way that you view the AgSpy pages. That decision is, of course, up to you. If you do wish to change your font size settings, you will do so in your browser settings. For instance, in Chrome, you'll find the settings here, and you would change the font size by either lowering it or increasing it. In Firefox, the option is also shown behind the options icon, and you would simply choose to increase or decrease. In Internet Explorer, the option is found under the gear icon and is called Zoom. In Safari, the option is found under the page icon and is also called Zoom. Hopefully this information will help you make a decision as to how to set your font size percentage in your browser to optimize your viewing of the AgSpy software.